everyone. The tragic events of 9/11 10 years ago remind us that we're all Americans, and that what unites us as Americans is far greater than what divides us. And I think last night's news unified our country in much the same way. The death of Osama bin Laden is an important moment in the war against radical extremism and terrorism. An important event for peoples all around the world who've been subject to the terror of Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden. And to the families who lost loved ones on September 11th, 2001, we will never forget what you lost. And for those who fought and died in the war against terror and their loved ones, we honor your sacrifice. And to those who seek to destroy freedom by preying on innocent human life, we will not rest until we bring you to justice. Our fight for freedom and liberty around the globe continues. We face a complex and dangerous threat even today. It's important that we remain vigilant in our efforts to defeat terrorist enemies and protect the American people. This makes our engagement in places like Pakistan and Afghanistan more important, not less. I want to congratulate and thank the hardworking men and women of the United States Armed Services. I want to thank all those involved in the intelligence community for their tireless efforts and perseverance that led to this successful evening. I also want to commend Presidents Obama and President Bush for all their efforts to bring Osama bin Laden to justice.
Good afternoon. Nearly 10 years ago, President Bush stood before the nation after 9/11 and pledged to the American people that we will not tire, we will not falter, and we will not fail in our quest to defeat those who intend to do us harm through acts of terror. Last night, we heard President Obama tell a very changed nation that we did not fail. I think what this tells all of us is that success and victory sometimes takes a lot longer than we would like. Sometimes it's a lot harder than we would like. And sometimes it brings about more tragedy than absolutely we would even believe. But it is our commitment to continue to do all we can to support those in our armed services and our intelligence community and this president in his quest and theirs to defend the American people against the spread of radical Islam and the threats that it continues to pose to our country.
Good afternoon. September 11th. I want to break away from the Republican leadership. Kevin McCarthy is going to make a statement. The Republicans obviously very pleased that bin Laden is dead. CNN has now confirmed that U.S. officials are bracing for some sort of audio tape. We think it's an audio tape, not necessarily a videotape, but we'll know soon enough. Bin Laden apparently, before he was killed, left some sort of tape to be played upon his death to the world, especially to his supporters. His supporters call this a martyr tape. When there are suicide bombers out there, they usually record something before they go ahead and kill themselves, and then after the suicide attack, they release this videotape or audio tape, whatever it is, so their supporters supposedly will be inspired by this. We're now told that this so-called martyrs tape by bin Laden is about to be formally released. We'll monitor it, we'll share it with you, we'll tell you what we know, but obviously bin Laden for years probably was waiting for some sort of attack, waiting for some sort of effort that the U.S. and others would make to kill him, so he had this tape ready to go. It's going to be an interesting development in this very, very fascinating saga. Anderson?
Yeah, well, we're just also getting new information about what was found inside the compound in Pakistan. We'll have a live report from the Pentagon coming up next.
Today, we are reminded that as a nation, there's nothing we can't do. When we put our shoulders to the wheel, when we work together, when we remember the sense of unity that defines us as Americans.